I'm Jenny Rae, the Managing Director of Management Consulted. I'm an ex-Bain consultant, and I'm here with Lisa Bright. Lisa is one of our fantastic and most popular interview coaches. She's ex-McKinsey, and Lisa did an internship at McKinsey. So we're here to talk a little bit about networking for internships. Lisa, can you just share a little bit about your process first before we give a few insights and tips?
So I started really early in the process. I think I connected with a partner. It was my sophomore year, actually.
Great.
So I might have been a little extra early to the game. I got an introduction and kind of made my way through the system.
Yep.
But it was good to get and build that network before actually looking to interview. So I got to know the office a bit more, know the people involved, especially because it was a smaller office. They're more likely to get you involved early on in the process. So that was key to landing myself an interview at the undergrad internship stage.
Great. And you networked from a non-target school.
Yes.
So what would be your advice to somebody who is really relying on networking as their only way to actually get an interview at the office?
So I would say leverage your network, right? LinkedIn's a great way to get to find people who might have similar backgrounds to you. Probably someone, even professors or upperclassmen or something like that, might have a connection somewhere, and just really leverage that. Reach out to them and see if they'll just set up a quick conversation and get to understand your background a bit more.
So that brings up, I guess, one common mistake that I hear when networking for internships, whether it's at the undergrad or at the MBA level. A lot of people use networking as information gathering, but I actually think that they don't do enough information gathering on their own first. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so you want to know a lot about what you're getting yourself into in terms of, is consulting something you're actually interested in or not? So sometimes people will say, well, tell me more about consulting, as something that they'd reach out to me for. And I'm, well, you should probably do your due diligence and talk to some people first, and really do your research before coming to someone who's looking to give you an interview. Otherwise, I'm unclear if that's something you're really interested in. Am I just wasting my time talking to you? So you want to know that consulting is something that you're very interested in and that you will be applying, not just, I'm interested.
Was there ever a question that was always a safe question or always a good question for people to ask? Questions that you thought were usually generally good. Can you think of any like that?
It could be more about, I want to know about your experience specifically at McKinsey, because I'm interested in that firm and I want to know what differentiates it and if that's something that I should explore. So I think maybe firm-specific questions are interested more in terms of my background or something like that, so they can better understand if that's right for them, for that firm.
I also actually think that along those lines, office-specific questions are really helpful because it is really difficult from the outside to understand what is different between offices at a firm. And I think that a lot of people are willing to just take anything at the sophomore level or the junior level, but they really, the top performers have strong opinions about where they want to go, and they really have a sense that they're going to have some selection, and they prioritize those areas. So I like that question because it implies that you're going to have choices and you want to select well.
Yeah, that's a good tip. For sure.
Great. What are some challenges you think that people commonly face with networking, and how could they get over them?
One is just how to reach out and how much time to ask for.
Great.
You don't want to sit down and say, can you be my mentor for the next year until I apply? I'm like, that's way too much work for me.
Yes, absolutely.
So like quick, how do you just draft an email that basically says, I want to just have a quick chat, let's say 10 minutes at this day, and talk about these couple things. I'm like, okay, I can make time for that. So just being really crisp in that communication and asking for the appropriate amount of engagement from the person that you're looking to network with.
Absolutely. I think one thing that was really surprising actually to me from Bain is that before I came in, I thought that people wanted longer relationships, and I was hesitant to ask for what I really wanted in an early conversation. When I was there, I wanted it to be quick and dirty. I wanted it to be fast and transactional. I wanted to make an opinion about somebody in my first couple of minutes with them, and then I either wanted to recommend them or I wanted to tell them what they needed to go do. So I was surprised at how little time I actually needed to make an assessment, and also how little I wanted to invest. So we have lots more recommendations like this. We have an amazing resource. It's actually the favorite one that I have ever created, and we've done a lot. We've made mental math, we've done case interviews, we've done Excel and PowerPoint, but we have a course called Networking for Consulting, where we have tips, templates, and everything that you would need to know to successfully network into a top consulting firm.